Jingliu is coming out on Wednesday, and so I think now is about time for me to talk about the reasons why you should pull for her. Before I start this video, I would like to clarify that you shouldn't by any means feel forced or pressured to pull for Jingliu or any other character. I've said this many times in my past videos, but still, you should be the person who ultimately decides. And the reason why I'm recording this video is because I thought that it'd be nice for me to summarize all the pros and cons about Jingliu, turn it into a video so that I can feel justified wanting to pull for her. If you're still not 100% sure whether you're pulling for her or not, I hope that after watching this video you'll be able to come to a decision. After all, it is so important that you spend your Stellar Jade wisely on characters that you want. So the way that I'm going to do this video is that I'm going to divide this video into two sections. In the first section, I'm going to talk about her kit, Eidolon, weapon options, and in the second section, I'm going to be talking about her aesthetics, because not only do you need to consider whether a character is strong or not in the game, it's also just as important to see for yourself whether you like a character's appearance and how their animations look. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. So let's just talk about her kit first then. I'd say that Jingliu's kit is very strong, and it's also very interesting at the same time. Basically, her kit revolves around the two different states that she can be in depending on the amount of syzygy stacks that she has. The maximum amount of stacks of syzygy that you can have at once is 3, and when 2 stacks are obtained, Jingliu will enter her powered up state in which you'll only be able to use her skill or her ultimate. Normally, her skill when used will generate 1 stack of syzygy, consume 1 skill point and only damage 1 enemy. But when she's in her powered up state, her skill changes. What happens now is that it will deal more damage, which is AoE instead of single target, and the way that it deals more damage is by consuming a certain percentage of her teammates' total HP while also consuming 1 stack of syzygy. One thing to note about her skill when she's in her powered up state is that no skill points will be consumed, so you won't have to worry about being forced to spend skill points when it is Jingliu's turn. And when the amount of stacks reaches 0, she will return to her normal state. As for her normal attack, it's pretty standard, so I'm just not going to talk about it. Her ultimate, as I just said, it generates 1 stack of syzygy and it deals a lot of AoE damage. Last but not least, her technique, which is the thing that is the strongest about her kit in my opinion. Using it creates a field around her that freezes enemies both in the overworld and in battle when you come into contact with the enemy, and once you enter battle, it will immediately give Jingliu 15 energy, and it will also make the frozen enemies take more damage from Jingliu in battle. Fingers crossed, I think I have talked about everything in her kit, and hopefully you guys are starting to understand how strong her damage output is going to be. Now, I'm not a theory crafter by any means, and so I have no idea whether she's going to perform as strong as Dangan IL or even stronger, but still, she doesn't need to consume that many skill points as him, meaning that you can be more lenient when it comes to managing how you're going to spend your skill points in battle. But one thing that I do firmly believe is that she's going to be one of the strongest DPS characters in the game, and even if it is proven that she doesn't deal as much damage as Dangan IL after she's released, I still think that doesn't take anything away from her as being a very strong and reliable DPS. Moving on to her Eidolons, and I think this section of the video is only for the whales out there, but I think if you're a whale, you should probably go for 1 or 2 Eidolons for Jingliu, because honestly, they're all pretty busted. So I'll put the descriptions of all 6 of her Eidolons on the screen right now, and I'll just let you guys have a read yourselves. If you've been saving up for a long time, then maybe pulling for Jingliu's E2 is a good idea, because after using her ultimate, her next enhanced skill in her powered up state is going to deal a massive 80% increase of damage, and that is only her E2. All of her other Eidolons simply give an insane amount of stat boost. Of course, I'm not going to be going for any of her Eidolons personally because of how unlucky I usually am when it comes to pulling for characters, so I'll just stick with my goal of getting 1 copy only. However, there's also the option for you to go for her signature light cone, which also just gives her an insane buff. Right off the bat, as superimposed level 1, she gets a 20% crit rate damage bonus. Then, whenever a teammate loses HP or is hit, it will give 14% attack, and this can stack up to a maximum of 3 times. But that's not it though. However, then decides to make it so that when you have all 3 stacks, the next attack of the character that is equipping this light cone is going to ignore a whopping 12% of the hit enemy's defense. And before you go to the comments and comment on how it's not really that broken, I know, I was just exaggerating things, but still, I think no one can disagree and say that this light cone is mid. It's going to be super versatile as other destruction path characters can still proc everything that this light cone offers. I'm going to most likely try and pull for this light cone without wailing, but it's very likely that I'm going to need to swipe my card. But at the same time though, the 4-star options out there already aren't that bad either. I'll put the list of all the 4-star destruction light cones that are currently in the game on the screen right now, along with their stats and passives. Being completely honest with you guys, I do believe that although her signature light cone is super strong, maybe saving your Stellar Jade and instead opting for one of these might be the play here. I mean, even if you lose your 50-50 on the light cone banner, you'll still have access to these amazing light cones on the screen, so I guess hopefully this can justify my urge of wanting to pull for a signature light cone as well. I don't know for sure yet, but by the time I record myself pulling for her on Wednesday, I probably will have made up my mind, so yeah. And of course, we're going to have to discuss plus her aesthetics as well, because even if a character is like one of the best characters in the game, if that character's appearance or animations look mid, then it's very simple, I'm not going to be pulling for that character. But for Jingliu's case, her appearance is just so stunning. Her eyes, her hair, everything about her is a 10 out of 10. And in battle, I really like how her blindfold comes on and off depending on which state she's in, and her attack animations are also different in the two different states. I don't really know, but there's just something about the way she fights with her sword that seems so elegant and fluid. I've always been not the greatest at describing things, so hopefully you still get what I mean. And it goes without saying that her ultimate is the main selling point here. Just look at it, it's so good, and I would definitely rank this ultimate animation second to Kafka's. So, in conclusion, you guys already know, but I'm still going to say it. I definitely recommend all of you to pull for her if you have enough Stellar Jade, and if you're looking for a DPS that is going to be very reliable and can output a lot of damage. But honestly, I've never thought that I was going to come to like a character so much again after Kafka, and let me know whether you're going to be pulling for her as well down below in the comment section. This video should come out on Tuesday, and the pulling video should probably be out by either Friday or Saturday, depending on how busy I'll be throughout this week. Anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. It means a lot to me as we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and it'd be so nice if we can reach that goal by the end of this year. That's it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!